Good morning, guys. This is Miss Cry with Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship. Happy final Friday. It is the final science lesson for the year, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I enjoyed teaching you science. I know it was a little different online, but let's learn about the solar system, and then it'll basically be summer. So, our solar system is a group of planets, moons, and other bodies that orbit or go around the sun. But in any solar system, it is a group of bodies that orbit a star. So our star in our solar system is the sun. In our solar system, the sun is the star at the center of the solar system, and bodies orbit around it, the bodies being the planets. But a star is a body of hot gases that make its own light and heat. So stars don't actually have the 5 pointy spots that we see that we draw all the time. It's just a big ball of hot gases. The center of the sun is about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, or about 15 million degrees Celsius. So Fahrenheit is converted to Celsius, but we normally use Fahrenheit. So that is really, really, really hot, 27 million degrees. The diameter of the sun, or the size of the sun from one end to the other, is about 870,000 miles. About 109 Earths can fit across the sun. Even though the sun seems huge to us, our solar system, it is actually a medium-sized star. There are many stars that are much larger. Even though the sun is millions of miles away from the Earth, it is the closest planet, or the closest star to our planet. The sun provides heat and light and enables things to survive. We know this through photosynthesis that we learned. The sun provides many things for us. So there's actually two different sections of the solar system. We're going to talk about the inner solar system first, the first 4 planets closest to the sun. The inner solar system contains planets that are terrestrial. This means they are rocky, so they have craters, ridges, and volcanoes. So the inner solar system are terrestrial planets. The inner solar system contains Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. First, Mercury. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. It rotates slowly, taking about 58 Earth days to rotate. It takes nearly 88 Earth days for Mercury to complete its orbit around the sun. The side of Mercury that faces the sun is extremely hot, while the side facing away is extremely cold. Temperatures on the planet can range from negative 297 degrees Fahrenheit to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Next is Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It is known as Earth's sister planet because they are both a similar size. Venus is the hottest of all the planets, with surface temperatures reaching up to 860 degrees Fahrenheit. So Venus is the hottest of all planets. All the planets in our solar system rotate counterclockwise from west to east, except for Venus and Uranus. So when we look at a clock, the hands move clockwise, but if they move the opposite direction, that's called counterclockwise. That is the way that most of the planets move, but Venus moves the other way. Earth is the only planet where scientists have found life so far. It is known as the blue planet because more than 70% of the Earth is made up of water. That is more than half of the planet made up of water. It takes about 365 days, or 1 year, for Earth to orbit the Sun. Earth's gravity attracts only one moon. Other planets, like Jupiter, have more moons, which orbit the Earth about once per month. There are different biomes that exist on our planet. This includes deserts, mountainous areas, grasslands, forests, freshwater, and saltwater environments. And we were able to learn about this a month or so ago. Mars. Mars is known as the red planet due to the reddish color of its rocks. In July 2008, ice was discovered by the Phoenix Mars lander, but for many years, scientists believed the planet was covered by liquid water. It would take more than 6 of Mars to fill the volume of Earth, so it's about 1/6 the size of Earth. You could fit all these red balls inside this one blue ball. Weight. So, you weigh far less on Mars than you would on Earth. If you weighed 100 pounds on Earth, you would only weigh 38 pounds on Mars. You also experience much less gravity on Mars, so you'd be able to jump much higher. All right, we are on to the outer solar system, the last 4 planets in the solar system. The outer solar system contains the gas giants, which are large planets made mostly of gas. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are the gas giants of the outer solar system. Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest of all the planets, and it is composed mostly of hydrogen. Over 60 moons that orbit Jupiter. There is also a faint ring that circles the planet. The Great Red Spot, which is a permanent storm on Jupiter, has lasted over 300 years. On to Saturn. Saturn is the second largest planet. It is most recognizable by its rings, which are made of ice, rocks, and dust. So that big rings, or the big rings you see around Saturn, are made up of ice, rocks, and dust. Like Jupiter, Saturn is composed mostly of hydrogen. There are 60 known moons that orbit Saturn, and one of them, Rhea, may have rings, which is really cool because this would be the first discovery of a moon that has a ring system. Uranus and Neptune. So these are the last 2 planets. I know you might be thinking of one more we'll get to later, but Uranus and Neptune have quite a bit in common. These both are considered ice giants because their composition is different from Jupiter and Saturn. The atmospheres of both Uranus and Neptune are comprised mostly of hydrogen and helium. Helium is the gas you put into balloons that makes them float. So Uranus and Neptune are made up of both helium and hydrogen. There is also the presence of ice and frozen volatile gases like ammonia and methane. So volatile gases means they're easy to evaporate, which, if we don't remember, that's changing from a liquid to a gas. So gases that change from a liquid to a gas, like ammonia and methane, super easy, are on Uranus and Neptune. So Uranus is the coldest planet in our solar system. with temperatures reaching negative 224 degrees Celsius. The most notable feature of Uranus is its axis of rotation. So while most planets spin like a top, Uranus spins on its side, much like a rolling ball. So scientists actually think that a long time ago, there was a planet that knocked Uranus out of its orbit, and now it is on its side. So normally, us on planet Earth, we have the North Pole and the South Pole. And the North Pole is way up at the north, the very tippy top, and the South Pole is way at the very bottom in the south. But I've marked X's where our North and South Pole would be. And it's kind of funky because it's on its side. So that's different about Uranus. It rolls like a ball instead of us, where our axis of rotation is up and down. Neptune is the furthest planet from the Sun, and it is similar in size and composition to Uranus. Neptune's bright blue color is most likely from the presence of methane in its atmosphere. But like Jupiter, Neptune has a permanent storm called the Great Dark Spot. And little Pluto, I haven't mentioned that in our line of planets just because, let's see why. For a very long time, for decades, Pluto was considered the ninth planet of our solar system. But in 2006, 14 years ago, astronomers revised their definition of a planet and decided that Pluto is actually a dwarf planet or a minor planet. So Pluto is not actually considered a planet in our solar system. So we only have 8 planets in our solar system. We've got our star, which is known as the Sun. We have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. All right. That's all I have for the solar system. I want you guys to continue to explore. I want you to have a happy summer and a good year in first grade. I know you will. I miss you all, and I hope for you a summer full of happiness, love, and adventure. So have fun this summer. Stay safe, stay healthy, learn new things, and we'll be back to school in no time.